Sis, if you've been carrying the weight of the world on your back, trying to be the strong one for everyone else, this video is for you. I know what it feels like to smile on the outside while you're silently drowning on the inside. But listen, you're not meant to do this alone. That's why in today's video, I want to talk about how to stop doing it all alone and start to build your tribe, because learning to ask for help has completely changed my life as a mom, as a wife, and just as a woman who's used to think she had to have it all together all the time, this perfectionist thinking. So if you've been feeling burnt out, maybe been feeling isolated, or just tired of always being the strong friend, stick with me to the end. I'm going to be sharing and telling y'all how I'm letting go of the guilt, opening up myself to new sisterhoods, and just building a support system that can shift everything for you. You are worthy of being poured into too, and I'm here to remind you of that today. If you hear my baby growling in the background, he's in the background. I didn't plan on filming today at all because I'm actually getting ready to go out of town. But yes, we're going to do my hair, straighten it, or curl it, whatever. It's blow dried out now. And we're going to talk about being that strong friend. We're going to talk about asking for help without feeling guilty. We're going to talk about building this intentionally. Okay. Those are going to be things we're going to be talking about. And then letting go of this whole self-imposed pressure that we tend to place on ourselves. So let's dive in deep. Hopefully I have time. Really hope I have time to do all this talking today. So I'm going to start with the back of my head, and we're just going to dive right in. We're going to talk about that strong friend. Most of you all in here, you're probably the strong friend. You're probably the one that everyone goes to when everything is falling apart. They're going to call you. You're going to listen to them vent. You're going to be the one to give the great advice and nobody listens to. You're just going to be that. You're always that go-to girl that everyone wants to talk to about their problems, or just seek advice or prayer, whatever that may be. And at some point in time, it may have even felt like a badge of honor, right? Like you're always the one that's going to find a way. And you wear that like, okay, you wear that in a way of feeling proud. And yeah, I got it. I don't need no help. Like I've always been the person that's going to figure out the way. And no matter what pressure I'm feeling, I'm going to handle my business. My business not going to handle me. Right? You end up carrying your own weight and everybody else's. Sometimes being that friend, that strong friend, can feel very exhausting, especially when you haven't taken the time to fill yourself back up, fill your cup up with God and just yourself and just, the good things that come with life. And sometimes taking on all that energy, all those emotions can be depleting to you. And because of you taking this role of being the strong friend, the one that everyone seeks out, the one that everyone's need advice from, right? Most of the time, you're not being the one that's getting checked on. And you're not being the one that everyone's calling. You're not the one that everyone's like, okay, she's good. She got XYZ going for her, so she's good. She don't need any help. She don't need anything, right? Wrong. That's not how it goes. Half the time people don't realize how much we're actually struggling because we keep a straight lace face on most of the time. My baby is definitely screaming out, so sorry, but it is what it is. Sometimes, we don't have that smile on all the time that you're not going to see me trip up. You're not going to see me fail. You're not going to see me stumble, right? And that is to our own detriment, because we've taken on that identity of this is where I've always been, this is where I'm always going to be. This is the identity I've taken on for myself, right? But here's the truth. Being the strong person does not mean you have to be silent. It doesn't mean you have to keep pretending that you're okay when you're not okay. I had to learn this the very hard way, and it didn't happen until after I became a mom, which is 31, right? So after I became a mom, I finally realized, like, listen, you have to set boundaries. You cannot always be the strong friend. Yes, you can be the friend that call on for prayer, but you cannot always be the strong friend. You too have to ask for help. You too cannot feel guilty when you can't be reachable, if you know what I'm saying, or be the person that somebody can always go to, because now you're taking care of one addition that's an extension of you and your own, right? And you can't bear the weight of other people's emotions while also bearing the weight of your own emotions and those around you inside of your household. I feel like my strength, like this strength that we consider ourselves as a strong one, essentially becomes a wall for us. And that wall is what's going to prevent you from actually truly being vulnerable in your friendships, being vulnerable in the relationships that you're creating. It's keeping people out when you need to be letting them in. Right? Okay, cool. Strength is really just letting the people that's in your circle around you see the cracks just a little bit. See the little cracks just a little bit. I know. Strength is actually letting someone else hold that weight for you once in a time, once in a blue moon, right? Like, it's okay to call your friend and cry. I've done it tonight. Mom, I've never done it before, right? So it's just kind of like, it's okay. It's all right. You can do that. You can do that too. You're still strong even when you're feeling weak. Okay, let's do this. Let's flat iron now. Now, let's keep it a bean. Like, let's keep it 100, all right? Asking for help can sometimes feel like you're being a burden, right? And it's sometimes tagged on as like a weakness, at least growing up for me. It was in my era, like as a millennial with my background, the women that I grew up with were very strong, very independent, very, talking with their hands. Don't be asking no help, figure it out. That was like literally how you had to do everything. What if I told you that you didn't have to stay that way? Like in my tender early 30s, I'm like, no, it's actually braver and it's actually shows your courage when you actually do ask for help and don't feel guilty about it. Especially if you've been doing everything solo for so long and you're still like really trying to hold it together. Hey! You are not having that much fun. Like I was saying before my baby started yelling hey, my guy, relax. I'm sorry, y'all. He's watching Miss Rachel. Y'all know how kids are when they watch Miss Rachel, okay? I had to turn my fan on because I'm really hot. So hopefully y'all can hear me clearly. Let's just pretend we at the gym. Okay, let's just pretend we at the gym. Okay. So like I was saying, sometimes we can feel like we are in the midst of our chaos, right? We're in the midst of, life is really hitting the fan right now. And you're just really just trying to manage it all. So when you finally reach out and have the courage to reach out and ask for help, you're like, oh my gosh, you hope you actually get that help. And you also place yourself in a place of vulnerability. And that's a beautiful thing to be in. I know it sounds scary to even say that because we think of it as a weakness, but it's a beautiful thing to be in. Honestly, actually, there is research for women's mental health where research actually says that when you ask for help, it actually is like a step forward in your transformative healing journey. Isn't that crazy? Like encourage. So like basically by you asking for help, you're actually helping with your healing journey and it's actually helping you to become more confident and more courageous. I think that's really dope. So I just want you to let that sink in for a little bit is that, helping yourself isn't giving up. Okay, it's not giving up. It's not failure. It's not like you're less than them or anything like that, or they're going to be talking shit about you. And if you got people that's talking shit about you, if you asking them for help and they always a blabbermouth, those people don't even be in your circle anyway. Get them out. Get them squares up out your circle. Eat. Okay, get them squares up out your circle, girl. Get them squares up out your circle. But anyways, y'all get it. Y'all get it, right? Y'all get it. I have my little notes here and I wanted to give y'all a reframe. So I wouldn't forget it, right? So I know y'all have that mindset of just kind of like, you don't want to be a burden to anyone. You don't want to feel guilty or ashamed or anything like that, or get any sideways glances or whatever. So I want you to start practicing a mindset shift for yourself. Okay. So I want you to name the guilt that you're feeling right now, right? Say it out loud. Like, I'm tired I need help, like all those different emotions that we're having, right? I'm tired, I need the help for whatever you may need help with. Maybe you need someone to come sit with your baby or whatever, or maybe you need someone to do something for, like, I don't know, taxes or something. Like, you need just anything. It could be financial. Sometimes it's going to be be like, oh, I need help with X, Y, Z. Anyways, educate me, help me. Secondly, I want you to reframe that connection to it. Okay. So thinking about it, like, this is not a weakness. This is support. It doesn't drain. The support that I'm asking for is not going to drain others, if that makes sense. It's an opportunity for you to build a mutual care for one another, if that makes sense. So if your friend calling you back to you for help, you're able to call her, ask her help, and it's a mutual beneficial thing right there. 3, schedule small requests first. It don't got to be this big thing. It could be something very small. Let someone come by the house and sit with my baby for 30 minutes while I blow out my hair, even though it's actually going to take longer to do that, but because it's taking a really long time right now. Bring coffee, bring some coffee. Let somebody bring you coffee over to the house because you're just so stressed out, whatever that may be for you. The connection is about building the trust. That's what I said. Reframe them as a connection. Okay. We're going to reframe that guilt. So again, we're going to switch that mindset. I want you to have the main takeaway. I want you to take away from this is more so just asking for help doesn't mean weakness. All right. It makes you human. It opens the door for real support in the season that you're in right now. And it's going to actually help you form deeper connections. I can't tell you how much more deeper and healthier bonds that I have now with my friends as a mom than probably before. Last thing, let's talk about your circle, girlfriend. You know that saying, show me your friends and I'll show you your future? Wait. That hits different. Okay. That hits different now. It's going to hit different now. Energy that the people have around you, the energy that they carry, you're going to feel it now. You're going to feel it. You're in the season of feeling that shit. And motherhood, or honestly, just generally in life, it can really just feel like you're being pulled in 100 different ways. And honestly, just really important to have a good group of women around you during that time in that season. Especially, and for me, it's really just really important for me to have women in my circle that just get it. Like, I ain't answer the phone today, girl. You get it. I'm a communicate because I'm good with my boundaries. I'm gonna communicate, like, hey, babe, I'm just out of it today. Like, just a simple text, I'm out of it today. You know what I mean? Just to acknowledge, like, if you get people to just kind of just go ghost, you gotta pay attention to people to just go ghost, because that's just not healthy just to go ghost. And if you're the friend that goes ghost, you gotta ask yourself, why are you going ghost and you're not communicating to your friends? And are you a good friend to them as well? You got to really just ask yourself, like, hold yourself accountable as well as much as you're going to hold everyone else accountable, if that makes sense. So really checking your circle and making sure that you are, you're not judging anyone. You're not being that person that, people can't really go to, but they can go to. Like, it's just, it has to be a balance, right? I want to just make sure at the end of the day, like, you have people in your circle that can hold space for you on your good days and your bad days, and that you too are the person that can be the person that hold space for your friends on their good days and bad days as well. Here's the thing, and this is something that I live in Atlanta, so like, there's always something going on. There's always people to meet. There's always something, hoopla, da 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 da. You don't always have to have a massive friend group. I feel like growing up, you always see these girls have all these friends, they're all on all these trips, and it's like 10 of them or whatever. It was like 15 of them or whatever, just whatever. And I was like, damn, I would love to, like, it would be their childhood friends they grew up with. I'm like, I just never had that. And I was like, damn, I want that. That looked like it would be so much fun to just have that many friends and be cool with so many girls and just have that girl bond and stuff like that. And it just never happened for me. It just never did. And that's okay to not have a massive friend group. You don't have to, everyone don't need to have connections. Everyone don't have to have, how should I say, access to you. Everyone doesn't need to have access to you. Okay. You don't have to have a big friend group to have a good circle of women that support you and ground you and honestly hold you accountable to your shit too. Really want women that's gonna hype you up, hold you down, and really push you to do more, if that makes sense. Like, and like become more than where you are right now. Like, you really want those friends. Because if you don't have those friends, I mean, who's other than like your partner? I mean, if you're anything like me, you really don't even like judgment for real. From anybody, but you'll take a little bit of constructive criticism from a girlfriend. It's like, girl, you could do more, you know? Anyways, you don't need more than 3 to 5 women, honestly, that can really have access to you at any given time. Okay. A trusted circle at that. And I want you all, lady, I really want y'all to be very intentional about building this circle. Okay. So when I say intentional, I mean, like, this means showing up to that women's Bible study that you've been invited to on Wednesday that you have not gone to, even though you've been invited to it multiple times and you just haven't shown up. It's like making the effort to show up and be there and put yourself out there, not be afraid to meet new women and be vulnerable and know that you're going to land on your feet and know that, you know, the people that are supposed to be in your life is going to be in your life for that season because God was going to ordain it all. Okay. When you're tired, like those coffee dates, and I'm talking to myself anytime I am talking to you, I'm talking to myself too, because I too need to do these things. I too need to practice these things, like setting a date, putting it on the calendar for coffee when you're supposed to meet up with other moms or other friends or whoever, and actually fucking doing it and holding and being like legit about doing what you said you was going to do. You know, because a lot of times it's just be like in the air and never really anything set in stone. And it's what's holding you back from the ultimate circle of friends that you're actually supposed to have in the season that you're in right now. I want you to take away, the main thing I want you to take away from this is right circle is going to fuel you, not drain you. Stop chasing people. Stop chasing people. Okay. They don't want to be like, let them go. Let them go. Let them go, girl. Let them go. Especially the friendships that make you feel small or that you're constantly pouring into them and nothing is coming back to you. Okay. God is planting us. Okay. He's planting us on good soil, good ground. And that's how you build sisterhood. Like, that's how you build sisterhood. That's going to last you through all your seasons. All right. Cool. Let's wrap this up because my hair is getting crazy because I need to wrap it up. Y'all know how it is when you straighten your hair, you got to wrap it up really quickly. And I'm actually going to curl it. So I'm really not doing the most craziest perfect job, but whatever. Our fourth thing that I wanted to talk to y'all about is letting go of the self-imposed pressure that we are always placing on ourselves and really just starting to just embrace this emotional liberation. Let me stop. Okay. Anyways. Oh man, I have to like wrap this now, but we're going to get to this really quickly. So there's so much pressure that we carry in our heads on a daily basis, from the little voice in our head telling us that, you know, you should have it together by now. Your kids should be doing XYZ. Your body should be looking like XYZ. Like, but there's a science that tells us that deep connection with women, sisterhood, okay, is actually good for our mental and physical health. It's like your cheat code. Having a good sisterhood, having a good circle, a good friend group is actually the cheat code to better health physically and mentally. I think female friends actually lower your stress. Isn't that crazy? Science is wild. Helps, reduces your anxiety, even like buffers your heart health. Again, I don't make up these statistics. It's just studies that I found. And I think, you know, should I be doing this? Should I be doing that? Should bullshit, honestly, is robbing you of your happiness right now. And it steals your peace. It steals your joy. And again, I want to make sure that we're reframing our thought process and our mindset. So I want us to start focusing on other things. So again, I have my little notes here because I really want to start releasing this pressure that we're feeling. I want to make sure I give it to you straight, right? And I don't want to leave nothing out. Okay. Really identify your shoulds. Okay, I want you to write them down. What do you feel like you should be doing? Where do you feel like you should be right now? What do you feel like we should be accomplishing in this season right now? I feel like, you know, a lot of the time we just really put a lot of pressure on ourselves on the shoulda, coulda, woulda instead of focusing on the now. So identify your shoulds. Who gave you those shoulds? Where do they originate from? And why do you still carry them? Why are you still carrying those shoulds? Why do you feel like you should be a certain size by now? Why do you feel like that you should have a certain income by now? Where did these shoulds start? And like, how did they get there? How did they get there? Secondly, I want you to start recentering your day around rest. Like your routine should definitely center around getting still and being present to everything that's going on around you right now. We're constantly fighting this human fight every single day, this fleshy fight every single day. And if we're not given our recentering our daily routine around having pockets of time for rest throughout the day, we're constantly pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing. And it's what's really causing the anxiety and the stress within us. And you're putting more pressure on yourself than you need to. Okay. Again, we're releasing the stress. Third, choose depth over perfection. Okay. We're going in deep. We're not going out wide. That's always been a good thing that's always been something I try to focus on sometimes, like go deep, not wide sometimes. And again, that may be different for everyone. Some people may be so deep that they need to go wide, So I want to say like a real connection is worth more than like a flawless Instagram post, right? A real deep connection. I want you to really focus on those types of things. Like, again, y'all know I work on social media, and I say that because sometimes, we're so fixated on making the perfect post that we're not by the time we make the perfect post or get the perfect picture or whatever they may look like, we still got to write the whole caption. We still got to really make sure that we're connecting with people outside. Like, and it's a connection. It's not just, okay, you're cute or whatever. You took post a cute picture. You have a fly outfit on. Your hair looks great. Your house looks good or whatever. It's just like, no, like, where's the depth? Like, I really want y'all to focus on depth and really getting into better connections. Okay. The takeaway from letting go of this pressure that you keep putting on yourself to perform and really honing in on that emotional like freedom that you're building for yourself. Okay. Comes when you stop caregiving for old expectations. I want to say it again. So that emotional freedom that you're going to get, that you're going to receive and take into you when you stop putting so much pressure on yourself, that emotional freedom comes when you stop being a caregiver for old versions of yourself, old expectations that you've placed on yourself, and begin taking care of your soul, your spirit. You're worthy without the perfection, girlfriend. Like, I think that's a huge thing that we don't think about, is like, we are worthy even if we're not doing everything perfect and we're not getting everything right the first go round. And I think that's something that we have to let go of, is this pressure, even in our friend groups, to, not ever say no. Oh my gosh, I said no. Is she going to be upset? No, it's okay to say no if it helps you. Don't put so much pressure on yourself. I want to thank all of you ladies for just sitting with me, chatting with me, and supporting me while I talk. Honestly, like, if you're a woman that's been carrying so much right now, like, you've been holding on to everyone else, pretending everything is okay when everything is not okay, doing it all, this is your sign to stop, to ask for help, to start building a better circle that makes you feel like you can trust them and feel supported and loved the way you share your love and you support others. You don't have to carry it all. You don't have to carry it all. I just want to let you know. So this is your sign to build your tribe. Okay. Break the silence. Ask for help. I know. Ask for help. Ask for help. And rest in the routine that you're building, the rhythm of life that you're building for yourself. You don't have to put so much pressure on yourself to perform, because honestly, none of us are meant to do this alone. Man was not created to be alone, and we need each other. So drop a yes below. I'm letting go in the chat, okay, in the comments, chat in the comments. Drop it, because we doing big things this year. We're doing big things this year. Y'all like more content like this? Let me know. Yeah, she cute or whatever. Bye, guys.